Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's Main Event. Dropkick now.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark back here with you yet again on another Friday. Let's adjust the mic. Maybe I'll pass the mic. Maybe I won't. Where's my Beastie Boy fans at? Beastie Boys fans at? Happy Friday, kids, one and all. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Did you guys enjoy your holiday time with the fam? Did you get some quality, we'll get it, holiday time with the fam? Buddy, I sure did. I enjoyed myself immensely, and it was cool. It's always good to unwind and unplug. As you guys probably know, I'm online all the time. Thanks in great part to Boink Studios. You know it, you see the logo, kids. We are a podcast network, a family of shows, and if you will give us a follow on the YouTube, it'd be greatly appreciated. And check us out on boinkstudios.com, B-O-I-N-K, boinkstudios.com. In case you good people out there have never checked us out on YouTube or have never watched the show, what's up? I'm Tom. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you giving us the chance to entertain you here today. We're going to talk some pro wrestling. If you will take a look in the comment section, kids, you will see a link. There she blows to Boink Studios on YouTube. So if you will, please go check it out. Please follow the channel. If you will, subscribe. None of our stuff is behind a paywall. It never has been. That could change one day. Who knows? But yeah, as of right now, none of our stuff's behind a paywall. So if you guys would, please go check it out. That'd mean loads to me. And again, thanks everybody for hanging out here today. It always means a lot to sign on. I always have a blast doing the show. I've been having a blast doing this since 2014, kids. It's episode 402. We celebrated 400 episodes 3 weeks ago. Took last week off for the holiday. But we are back here today. Let's say some hellos before we get cranking here today, kids. JP is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. E is on the stage with us. We appreciate you. E, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate you very much. Ray All Day is here. Kids, please be sure you check out Ray's Sports and Slams, live every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, available on Boink Studios. We broadcast live on Facebook and the YouTube channel. And, of course, you can find links on boinkstudios.com. If you will, please check it out. The show's been going strong for nearly, I think he's up to, Ray, I think you're up to 9 episodes, I believe it is. Getting ready to hit a benchmark. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, CRP is with us. CRP has not been well this week. So, everyone, please tell Chris, happy health. And we appreciate Chris. By the way, kids, brand new tomorrow, Bachman's Basement returns. It's a review of The Running Man. That's right, kids. You don't want to miss that episode coming to you at 10 a.m. in the morning on Boink Studios YouTube, boinkstudios.com, and also on Spotify. So please go check that out. I think you'll enjoy that one. It's a really, really good episode. Chris Patton and Chris Clausen have been crushing it. We hope you've enjoyed Bachman's Basement. It's a really good podcast, kids. It's a deep dive, as you may have guessed, on all things Stephen King. So hopefully you will check it out. And again, we appreciate you guys subscribing and following the shows as always. David Down Under, good to see you, my friend. We're doing well. I hope you and yours are as well. All right, kids, here's what you came here for. Let's kick things off today with AEW Continental Classic. Have you guys been feeling about this so far? I got to be honest with you, man. I have thoroughly enjoyed the Continental Classic so far. It's one of my favorite times of the year for this company, if I'm being honest with you. I really enjoy what they do over there. And, I'm critical of AEW at any given point. I think we've made that clear multiple times here in the past that sometimes they do things that we don't understand, so we question it. You know what I mean? But it's, how do I say this politely? Sometimes their booking it leaves a lot to be desired, but that's one guy's opinion, okay? And some folks love what I don't love too much, and other folks hate what I love. It's weird. I don't get it. People rage about this company all the time. We've been over that a lot here, yeah? But they rage all the time over a company they really got nothing to do with except watching it on TV. It's unreal. You can't make everybody happy. you know, because like you can't be a taco. You know what I mean? So you can't make everybody happy. But yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed the Continental Classic so far. Let's run down what we have seen to this point and give you an idea of where the standings are as we speak. How would that be? I think that's a pretty darn good idea. In the Gold League, Kyle Fletcher is 2-0. One of those victories came against Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker himself. That's right, man. 2 years in a row, he's beat the Rainmaker. They push Kyle Fletcher really heavy in that company, and I think it's good. He is absolutely the future. We call him the future, but, you know, let's be honest, he's the now as well. Do you know what I mean? He's a future world champion. I do agree with that. But he's absolutely the now in terms of the hot hands that they're booking at the moment. And the guy is just fantastic. He's so good in the ring. You know what I mean? So it's good to see that they're giving him credence. I'm going to talk a little bit about the surprises here in a bit as we go through the standings here, just to let you know where we are, because I got thoughts. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker himself, he's 1-1 at this point. He got his first win against Pac. He and Pac always have good chemistry, yeah. So I thoroughly enjoyed that match. Kevin Knight is 1-1. Kevin Knight beat Darby Allin, and Darby ended up in the hospital afterward. We've got an update on him. We'll talk about him in just a bit as well. Pac is 1-1 right now in the Gold League. Darby Allin is 0-1. 0-1. Speedball Mike Bailey is 0-1 as well. Over on the in the Blue League, Claudio Castagnoli is 2-0, and his latest victory came against the boss, Jon Moxley, this past Wednesday on Dynamite. We can talk about that here in a bit as well. Speaking of Mox, he is 1-1. Konosuke Takeshita is 1-0, which is great. Mascara Dorada is 0-1. Mox beat him in his first match. Orange Cassidy is 0-1. Claudio took him down. Roddy Strong is 0-1. Takeshita took him down. Solid tournament so far, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the Continental Classic. What do you think about the championship? Is it weird that they split it up from the unified belt? The answer is yes, it's pretty weird. I don't know why they decided to unify the belts to begin with. Makes no sense to me. But I've really enjoyed this tournament so far, kids. And, you know, we've talked a lot about in the past here about if there's one company that gets tournament action right, it's usually Japan. Usually New Japan gets the tournaments right. And everybody can have their favorites and have their favorite companies and whatnot, but I'm hard-pressed to find a fan that would completely disagree with me. I think New Japan is the king of tournaments, and I think that those fans expect them, and those fans, I love New Japan's tournaments, honestly. And those fans have been conditioned to expect them, and so you never really hear any sort of pushback on them. But I think that if you want to know how to properly run a tournament, you look at New Japan. So AEW has taken a lot of heavy cues from that company since the beginning of its creation. Yeah, so it's good to see that. Cruiserweight. I always want to call it cruiserweight. The Continental Classic is it's on fire, kids. It truly is. Eric Tate, what's up, Eric? Eric, thanks for watching the show. I appreciate you. Says too many titles in AEW. Yeah, we talked about that a lot here on the show, man. You're going to find a lot of people that agree with you. I don't disagree with you. At any given time, it does feel like a heck of a lot. I just don't stress about it too awful much because it's one of those things that I can't do anything about. Look, there's a lot of these things. There's nothing I could, let's be honest. There's nothing I can do anything about except not watch. You know what I mean? But I don't disagree with you necessarily at all. I really don't because I totally see where you're coming from. CRP says it's been enjoyable. No real complaints from your normal Eeyore guy. Hey, man, we always need an Eeyore. You know what I mean? I don't think you're too awful negative. Ray says, been awesome. Very good matches so far. I agree. JP says it's been a lot of fun with some surprising results. Yeah. And, I want to get to the surprises. C. Ray says Kyle's looking like top guy. Yep, Knight getting a win. Also, absolutely cool. Yeah, Kevin Knight is so good, man. What's up, Josh? Good to see you. Let's talk a little bit about the surprises because I know you guys have been talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. Darby losing to Kevin Knight. Okada losing to Kyle Fletcher. Here's what I will tell you. If any of you follow New Japan for any extended period of time, I don't care if it's just for a year or so, then you know when it comes tournament time in that company, anybody can win. You know how they say that stuff in the companies here in the States and you're like, whatever. But it's true over there, man. I mean, Tanahashi as world champion lost in the G1, in a G1 match. Okada as world champion lost. These are weird to me. If it's me booking, which it's not, if it's me booking, my world champion doesn't get pinned unless he's losing the belt. That's how I feel personally. But, you know, it's a matter of stay on your toes, stay alert, and don't miss a show, because you could miss a huge upset tonight. And that's how New Japan's always played it. So the fact that AEW plays it that way right now, it's great. Because let's be honest, if the guys that you think should win or that will probably win every single time these tournaments happen, why in the world would you ever watch them? And also, there's no fun in that, yeah? The fun is in seeing what happens, right? The fun is in watching how things unfold. That's the fun of it. You know what I mean? So that's why I thoroughly enjoy what they're doing at the moment. Do I think it was too soon for Claudio and Mox to touch, assuming that we kind of believe maybe Claudio will be the one to take the reins of this thing? Because they're going to eventually kick John out. It's coming. We talked about that, right? It's eventually coming. The how and why, I'm not sure. We could all kind of speculate on that, but it's going to happen. The why we know. The how, not so sure yet. You know, we had theories that Pac was going to be the one. Pac's losing matches. And it's okay because, again, anybody can win or lose in this tournament, and I totally get that. I don't want to defeat my own argument. But you kind of have to be winning, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, if you're saying, well, I'm taking over, really? You lost last week, Pac. Why would Claudio didn't? Hey, man, I think Claudio's going to be the guy. But I could be wrong. Shane says Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Yeah, well, they're trying to block it. The Writers Guild supposedly is making noise today. We'll see. Look, we don't have to get into it too awful much, but listen, you guys know how I feel about these billion-dollar companies. I got no love for them, okay? I got no love for the billionaires, none of them. I got no love for billion-dollar companies, none of them. That's how I feel. We don't need monopolies. I don't care what form of business we're talking about. We don't need monopolies, especially not in entertainment. Well, not on any level. So I'm totally against this. We'll see how it plays out. JP says Claudio winning over Moxley after Moxley won his first match. Yeah, well, again, Mox is on his way out of the Death Riders. I think it's going to be a coup d'etat. Yeah, transfer of power in a very vicious way. CRP says this first of AEW tournaments that I actually feel like a G1 or so. Yeah, you know what? I totally agree with you. You know how far behind I am on New Japan? It is embarrassing. How dare I call myself a fan? Who do I think I am? Call myself a fan. Nobody. That's who. How dare I? Yeah, there's lots more to go in the cruiserweight. I keep doing it. In the Continental Classic. Winter is coming. Is happening on December 10th. So on Dynamite and Coliseum on the 13th. Every time I hear Winter is coming, I think of Sting in his debut. Every single solitary time. The finals of these matches, by the way, will be at World's End on December 27th in the Now Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. And we will have the Blue League winner versus the Gold League winner. This is runner-up matches, both runner-up matches. And the semifinal winner versus semifinal winner, December 27th. So there you go. Let's talk a little bit about Darby's injury here, kids. It was revealed this week that he was actually sent to the hospital as a precautionary measure after his match with Kevin Knight. As of today, this is the most recent update I've got. He was indeed rushed to the hospital following his match against Kevin Knight on Dynamite. And that reports suggested initially that Darby was banged up after a coast-to-coast spot. However, that apparently was not the case. Wrestling Observer Newsletter has reported that Allen has suffered head injury from a singular blow and not from the coast-to-coast dropkick. And it was a head injury, singular blow, not wear and tear, as everybody kind of suspects. And supposedly it was, quote, a real bad fall, end quote, during the match, but did not identify the exact spot. Look, here's what I'll say real quick before I start going into too much detail on this. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Ever, for any reason. I don't care if you don't like somebody. I don't care if you hate somebody. I don't like WWE. They're not for me. Okay? For a multitude of reasons. I don't want to see anybody in that company get hurt. Okay? Ever. You know, as fans, we should never want that. And I would say the majority of us don't. Okay? So I hope that Darby's okay. I hope he pulls through this, and I hope everything's fine. When you fall on the ground for a living multiple times a week, I mean, that's a thing, right? And if you're lucky, when your time comes and you hang it up, you're okay. You're managing pain. Because most pro wrestlers, when they hang it up, have a level of pain that they're dealing with. It may be insignificant, minor, couple ibuprofen a day. Yeah. And then for other guys, it leads to prescribed painkillers and possibly worse if things start to get out of control. I love Darby. And I would suspect every fan that enjoys Darby's work is always scared for him. I'm one of those fans. So Darby, hang in there, my friend. We want to see you get back in top form, and I hope that this all blows over because we've seen wrestlers have to hang it up. And, you know, at the end of the day, when you're passionate about something and you love it more than anything else besides your family, try walking away. It's incredibly hard, right? Incredibly hard. Sometimes impossible. That's why you see veterans hang on for years and years and years after the fact. It's hard to let go. But having to let go because you don't have a choice because you're told one more bump could be it. You know? It's frightening. So I don't understand what Darby's going through. I'm not Darby. So again, Darby, all our best to you, my friend. Everybody, please welcome Faye Divine to the show. Faye, let's record soon. Faye is a hard lady to nail down. I have attempted. Thank you for watching, Faye. My kid's good, Ray. Hope yours is, man. Everybody's doing good here, so. Yeah. CRP says not to crap on Meltzer. It's impossible to say it isn't where it's. Yeah, well, you're right. If it's concussions, yeah. I don't know the exact spot that Darby got hurt, Ray. I don't think it's been revealed just yet. But yeah, all the our wishes for a speedy recovery to him for sure. So hang in there, Darb, right? Get better, man. Get back to action very soon. So yeah, that's what we all want to see. Kids, while you're here, if you haven't done so, please smash the like button for me and please share this on your socials. This link, I would greatly appreciate your time. It always means loads to me when that happens. And we just always try to get the word out about Boink Studios. And again, we thank you for subscribing and checking out the shows. Really quick, I was so happy to see Dalton Castle back on my TV this week. Like, I love Dalton Castle, dude. I freaking love Dalton Castle. There's just, you know, I can't get enough of him. Him with the Outriders, I think they're a really good fit. The Outriders with their Marlboro red gear, I freaking love it. I've just always been a Dalton Castle guy. And I think he's fantastic. I think he's one of the most unique talents I think that we've seen in a long time. He's so confident in his own skin. He carries himself. He's entertaining. He's in great shape, by the way. That jumpsuit didn't come off in that 6-man tag. There may have been a reason for that. But at any given time, Dalton's maybe got a little thick around the midsection. That's not to suggest fat or anything, just kind of bulking up. But it looked like he'd slimmed down pretty well. Anyway, I'm a big Dalton Castle fan, dude. And I wish that he would get more than he gets. I wish that for a lot of people in that company. I'm just being honest with you. Let's also talk, kids, about Ring of Honor Final Battle. It is coming tonight, December 5th. And it's coming from GalaxyCon. And are you guys going to watch it? I think it's probably going to be pretty awesome. The Ring of Honor shows, Columbus, Ohio is where it's emanating from. And the Ring of Honor shows are typically pretty darn good. So I'm expecting a fun show tonight. And hopefully I get proven right. Let's talk about the card here. Ace Austin versus Lee Johnson in a singles match. Deonna Purrazzo versus Billy Starks. This is the Pure Wrestling Rules Tournament final match for the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship. I think it's time. I think Deonna should absolutely have this belt. I don't dislike Billy Starks. I'm not completely in love with her gimmick, whatever her character is. The stick your tongue out. I'm mischievous. I don't care for it. I like her a lot. It's nothing personal. I'm not in love with that character, that gimmick. It's never grown on me. Sometimes these things grow on me, and I get over what little hangups I have. They don't got to prove nothing to me. You know, I'm one podcaster. There's a whole bunch of us out there, in case you haven't noticed. A whole bunch of them look like me. They're not this good looking, but a whole bunch of white dudes with beards and whatnot that look kind of like me. So they wish they were as good as I am. They can wish away. But, yeah, man, I'm just not crazy about Billy's gimmick. I never really have been. I like her a lot, but I feel like this should be Deonna's match to win. We've also got Athena versus Persephone. This is for the ROH Women's World Championship. And honestly, this was supposed to have been... Oh, there we go. We got Red Velvet. Athena. I'm getting Athena Mercedes mixed up. Speaking about gimmicks, I kind of always felt that like Athena is 2 steps away from running Mercedes' gimmick. Not that it's the same thing, but that she could absolutely run that gimmick. Do you know what I mean? Not to get too sidetracked. But I have found myself watching Athena's promos saying, God, man, you know, if Mercedes wasn't already running that gimmick, I'd put all the belts on Athena, because Athena can absolutely go. In my opinion, Athena's a better worker than Mercedes, but Mercedes is fantastic. And I don't say Athena's better to kind of start any sort of verbal war here with anybody, because I love Mercedes in the ring. She's improved by leaps and bounds since she left out of the company. She's at a point in her career right now, in my opinion, she would never have been at had she stayed in the other company. No chance. No chance. Zero chance. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Athena versus Persephone. Going to be a solid match. Persephone is very good, okay? I do not believe Persephone is winning this championship. But I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. So, but I do not think it's happening tonight. We'll see. Shane Taylor Promotions. This is Shane Taylor, Carly Bravo, Captain Sean Dean versus Skyflight, Scorpio, Dante, and Darius for the ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Championships. I think Skyflight kind of needs to win these belts. What do you guys think about that? I'd like to see Skyflight win these belts. How about that? But I'll pick Skyflight. Bandito versus Blake Christian versus the Beast Mortos versus Sammy Guevara versus Commander versus Hechicero. Survival of the fittest for the ROH World Championship. If Bandito were to drop this belt, I believe it would be to Mortos or Sammy Guevara. However, I do not think it's going to happen. If there would be a night to take it off of Bandito, you could absolutely do it tonight, and it would make sense. People may not like it because they love Bandito, as well they should. But at the same time, there's a lot of people in this match. A lot of opportunities for Bandito to get pinned. So we'll see. Mercedes Mone. There's Mercedes defending the ROH Women's World Television Championship against Red Velvet. I got a surprise for you. I think Red's getting this belt back. I know what you guys are thinking. Tom, come on, Tom. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I get it. But I kind of feel like Red's going to win this match. It's okay if she doesn't. Again, as I've said before many times on my show, I'm not one of those people who rails and rallies against Mercedes having all these championships. I'm not doing that. Want to know why? Because it's freaking weird, okay? You can want what you want, man. It's never bothered me. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's fine with me if Mercedes wins tonight. It's fine with me if she doesn't win tonight. Let's get some comments before we continue here. Faye says, yes, please. And can you see evidence of it with Danielson just having trouble with his neck being on comms? Yeah, I have noticed. Is he working? Is he working yet? I don't know, but it kind of feels like it's the real deal. JB says, love Dalton Castle. I agree. She also, Faye also says ROH pay-per-views are so good. 100%. CRP says a con environment for ROH should be pretty fun. Good mix of wrestling and non-wrestling fans maybe kind of want to watch it just for that. Yeah, look, I know that ROH is not getting the love that it could if they really put some emphasis behind it. I love watching ROH. I love pro wrestling. Okay? So, like, when I get a chance to watch a show, I'm going to eat it up. I really enjoy Ring of Honor. The thing about the Ring of Honor weekly TV that I'll say, if you can predict outcomes, it's usually going to be on the Ring of Honor show. Remember the AEW Dark you could always predict because a lot of it was just squash matches? You could predict a lot of the Ring of Honor shows. It's okay, but you can. What's up, Fernando? Good to see you, my friend. Ray says Athena might lose to go to the main roster. We'll see. We got to get that Rocky 6M done, yeah? Fernando says the CEO is better. I just think Athena is automatic. And I love Mercedes. And look, I'll be honest with you. When Mercedes was Sasha Banks, I would have said Athena's better hands down. But now, in terms of the full package, Mercedes is much closer to Athena than she's ever been. JP says, I would watch ROH Final Battle, but I have access to TNA Plus. I'll be watching Teenage Final Resolution with JDC going after his last title belt as he's going to retire next month after Genesis. Well, there you go. Awesome. CRP says Survival of the Fittest match be the match of the night. I agree with that. I do agree with that. We've also got Le Fascion, Igor Bonable, Sammy Guevara, and the Beast Mortos versus Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington, and Adam Priest for the vacant ROH World Tag Team Championships. I think Guevara and Mortos are getting these belts. We'll see. Sammy's working twice here, man. Lee Moriarty versus Nigel McGuinness, 30-minute Iron Man match. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lee Moriarty's great. Anybody doesn't like Lee Moriarty, I don't know what to say to you. Because I think he is tremendous. Eddie Kingston's on the card against Josh Woods. Josh Woods is very good as well. Josh Woods is very underrated. Ricochet defending the AEW National Championship on the Ring of Honor show. It is what it is. He's taking on Dalton Castle with Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum. Yeah, look, the fact that a lot of these matches on this card seem weird, it's AEW, man. This is what they do. I'm not crazy about it, but it's what they do. CRP says Rocky's a full-on Boink family watch-along. I agree. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how everything plays out tomorrow, kids, or tonight, excuse me. But that's your card for ROH Final Battle. I'm looking forward to it. We're actually going to go to a tree lighting ceremony tonight in the town next to us because we missed the one here. It's back when we were all three, just this house was a mass unit for about a month, yeah. So trying to get out in the world, back out in the world. I've been going back to the gym again, and I had an early morning appointment this morning, so I didn't get my walk in, but I did the machines and I did the exercise bike, so that's good. Sometimes you kind of dread going to the gym, but then when you get done, you're like, man, I feel good. That's me, right? When I'm done, I always feel good. Feel great, actually. Yeah, same, Fernando. I enjoy tree lighting as well. CRP says Scorpio Sky's usage in this company is one that still is a head scratcher. I can't even speak to it. I don't understand him and Danhausen, any number of other guys. You could if you start talking, you can list them. There's a big list that you're going, why aren't they doing more? Dalton's one of them. What is going on? You got this brand, okay? You got this second brand that's just sitting there. And who'd you put that world title on? Jericho. For how long? Why? What? Again, you have that second brand just sitting there, man. I don't get it either.
Boink Studios YouTube is the home of Tom Clark's main event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Subscribe to the channel for archives that date back to 2014, with new content being uploaded every week. And check out boinkstudios.com for links to every podcast platform, social media, special announcements, and a lot more. Bookmark the site today.
Kids, those are your major things happening at the moment. We're going to spend the rest of the time here before we open the floor. Let's talk about headlines. Anything that we can find here. Cena names his biggest WWE mentor. It's the old man. I like John. Sometimes John should just stop talking. Read the room, Mr. Cena. Sorry, it's how I feel. Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah, Cena's doing the rounds on the MACA podcast, and yeah. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to talk about stuff I don't care about or that infuriates me. All right, fine. Here's his quote. This is Cena. Quote, just because I feel a certain way about a person doesn't exonerate them from being accountable for their actions. Just because he did start, and then whatever it was he said, that doesn't mean he doesn't need to be accountable for his actions. So let's figure out what that means and figure out if we can move forward and bring that back in the fold, if it stays the way it is, end quote. I don't know what he's talking about now. Yeah, let's just leave that alone. Yeah. By the way, John's had a great career. I've always liked John. I like John when people hate his guts. And once you realize what John Cena was back in the day, you either continued to hate him or you got over yourself. I eventually got over myself. I've been known to do that. So, yeah, good for him. He's able to wrap it up on his own 2 feet. No serious injuries, knock on wood. It's not quite over yet. But hopefully he goes out on his feet and everything's good. Speaking of being on your feet, did you guys see when Kingston cut that promo on Joe on Dynamite? There wasn't a fan sitting down. There wasn't a fan sitting down. AEW, Mr. Khan. Okay? Please listen. Eddie Kingston is the guy. And I know a bunch of people don't agree with that. I have my own reservations about a lot of things with Eddie. But when your fans are standing for a promo from a guy that everybody in that building is 99% sure he's not going to win that belt, what are we doing? What exactly are we doing? Wake up. You finally did right by Mark Briscoe. You got to start doing right by Eddie Kingston. Does that mean you just hand Eddie Kingston a world championship? Look. I don't think I got stumped for a second. I don't think you're handing Eddie anything. The guy has worked his entire career to be where he's at. He's got the respect of the locker room. The fans love him. Again, no one was sitting down for that promo, right? Give this guy his shot. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. Makes no sense to me. But what do I know? Yeah, we talked about that, Fernando. Netflix buying AEW. I'm against this. Fernando also says, why not let Cena be honest about that stuff? Is that not what you media... Am I a media folk? Is that what I am now? A media folk, Fernando? Fernando, I'm not a reporter. That's not my job. I'm an analyst. I editorialize. I am not a reporter. Okay? And Cena's free to say whatever he wants to say. Just as I am free to say, I don't care about the old dude he's talking about. Sorry. You know what I mean? Cena has rights to say whatever he wants. He can be honest all day long, and I can be honest and tell you, I don't care to hear that garbage. That's me talking. So there you go. CRP says, WWE general attempt to try to get back on the McMahon. Oh, yeah, dude. 100%. There, you will see him back in that company eventually. It may not be right now. It's coming. Yeah, they're going to wait a bit. I mean, there's no shame anywhere anymore. There's nothing. It's. I won't get into it. I just, yeah, you're not wrong, Chris, at all. That they're absolutely looking to that. And everybody that said, "Well, Triple H is different," Triple H ain't no different. I'm not talking about you guys when I say this, but some people need to wake up. He's not different. He is his father-in-law's son-in-law. Okay, get out of here with that. I mean, you got the other guy running that company talking about ticket prices are up, and they love it. It's great. Awesome. Take your money, man. Take your money. Go burn it, light cigars with it. I don't really care. Ray says, shocked that Mark finally got over. I agree. Eddie should too. Yeah. JP says, LA Knight versus Gunther in the last time is now tournament tonight. Yeah. I like LA Knight. I don't think they're ever going to do anything with him in terms of, here's a belt, have fun. Not the belt. But I could be wrong. Sarah P said, believing that Cena's being honest whilst working for that company is a bit jaded. I agree with that as well. Yep. Rest said they can bring back Brock. Yeah. And you know what they're saying? Who was it that said it? Was it Nick Khan that said it? Somebody just said this week. They're thrilled to have him back. Thrilled, I said. Thrilled. Look, people can like who they want to like. They can watch what they want to watch. It doesn't affect me, and I don't care. Yeah, Khan said it. Honored to have Brock back. Honored, I said. Shut up. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the Saudi Arabia thing didn't convince people that this company was shady. That didn't do it. All the questionable booking through the years, none of that was enough, right? But maybe the Saudi Arabia thing should have been enough. Nope. At that point, I'm like, well, then you can't convince those fans. It's not happening. Never happened. And I was right. Hello, Maria. The only thing Eddie Kingston should be the guy is in a pieing contest. Man, you really do not like Eddie Kingston. Yeah. Maria's not a fan, kids. Not a fan. Let's see here. We've got a Nick Wayne injury update that hit yesterday. Been out of action since late July with a broken foot. It's taken longer to heal than expected. Timeline of his injury has changed, and we're not sure what that means. He says he's getting closer to a return. There are no plans for that as of now. So we'll see. Nick Wayne's future is incredibly bright. I think Nick Wayne, we're going to be talking about as a future world champion. I think that's always been one of the plans. For sure. Signed the kid when he's 8. The day he turns 18, he signed that contract. Come on, man. So, yeah, I like him a lot. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. NJPW World Tag League, which, of course, I am so far behind on. So if you're curious about the result, we got night 11. Again, when they do tournaments, they do tournaments. A block match, Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi defeated Yoda and Gabe Kidd. A block match, Shingo and Drilla Maloney defeated Toru Yano and Oleg Boltin. Also in the A block, next two matches, Evil and Don Fale defeated El Desperado and Shuji Ishikawa. And also Yujiro Takahashi and Chase Owens defeated Taichi and Satoshi Kojima. In a match that maybe nobody wanted to say. I like Taichi a lot. I shouldn't say anything. I like Kojima a lot too. Rin Narita, Sonata, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru defeated Shota Umino, Yuya Uemura, and Sho Makato. Zack Sabre Jr., Ryowa Iwa, and Hartley Jackson defeated David Finlay, Hiromu Takahashi, and Gato. Oscar, Yuta Ice, and Daki Nagai. defeated Lance Archer. Alex Zane and Zane J. The Great O'Khan, Callum Newman, and Jacob Austin Young defeated Tanahashi, El Phantasmo, and Katsuyori Morishima. Final night of A block is set for December 8th, and we'll decide which teams from this block earn places in the semifinals. There you go. Man, I'm so far behind New Japan. It is disgusting. It is embarrassing. I should be shamed for being behind on New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies, man. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot. We watch them every night. Every night. It's my jam, baby. It's my jam. This time of year, it's all we do every night. Since, well, I can't say since November 1st, but since Thanksgiving, we've been watching Christmas movies every night. It's who I am this time of year for sure. I actually thought about starting a Christmas podcast. Too late now. But maybe for next year. We'll see. I don't know who would listen to a year-round Christmas podcast. Maybe nobody. Maybe nobody. But it might be something to kind of go back to every Christmas season. Of course, you know, you'd be competing with every other Christmas podcast that's out there, yeah. So, here's an update. 3 AEW versus CMLL matches announced for new December event. The newly created CMLL Dream Matches event was announced on Wednesday's CMLL Informa with 3 AEW stars confirmed. As we know, Claudio, the new CMLL heavyweight champion, defends against Ultimo Guerrero on December 19th in Arena, Mexico. He defeated Gran Guerrero last week to win the championship. The 58-year-old Ultimo Guerrero is looking for his third run with the gold and his first since 21. In a match featuring 2 competitors in the Continental Classic, let's see, CMLL historic welterweight champion Mascara Dorado will defend against Speedball Mike Bailey. That should be good. And Dorado has held that title for more than 700 days. And in a rematch from July's Fantastica Mania, Neon will take on Kevin Knight. So we'll see how all that ends up. Did you guys see Luther return this week? It was cool to see Luther come back on TV. I've never been a huge Luther fan. I've never been anti. But I kind of felt like I didn't understand what it was he was supposed to be. I didn't get it. His stuff with Tony, of course, is fantastic. Shout out to the ladies who crushed it in that match on Dynamite. Tony and Mina and Marina and oh gosh, I was going to say the Glamazon, right? It was a really good match. And you know, we saw some more blood this week. I know people get upset about blood in AEW. I get it. Whenever guys get color in that company, it causes like, why are we doing this kind of thing? You know, it is what it is. Is all that going to matter at some point? I don't know. Is it going to snowball and become a problem later? I don't know. I mean, I hope not. But could it? Sure. Anything could happen. Winter is coming next Wednesday, December 10th, as we said before. 2 matches are official so far. The Thomas Love Bombs, as we said, Tony Mina Shirakawa, will face the Babes O' Wrath tournament finals. And I think that Tony and Mina are winning the belts. It's cool if Willow and Harley win. I love me some Harley. Okay. It's cool if they win. But I do think Tony and Mina are going to go over. But we'll see what happens. So, yeah. Let's see. What else is happening? And, of course, Samoa Joe making the first AEW World title defense against Eddie Kingston. So, yeah. However that match ends up, you're pretty sure that Hangman and or Swerve is going to get involved at the end to probably help Eddie. That's what we assume. TNT Championship match is announced for AEW. Collision winner is coming. And, of course, that's going to be Mark Briscoe taking on Daniel Garcia. So we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be a fun week on TV next week for AEW, man. Looking forward to it. Yeah. We'll see how it all goes. I'm anxious to see MJF come back. I think when he comes back, it's going to be a surprise. I don't know if they're going to announce him. I don't think that they will. Shout out to Chris Bay, who's still rehabbing, still working on himself. He said this week that he is 100% better than he was. Well, I'm sorry, 100 times better now than he was a year ago. He said, quote, "In reality, my lower back is still very tight and inflamed, airplanes destroy my legs right now and are inflaming my legs a lot. I have days where I get out of bed and I have to just tell myself to not do anything all day. And I just lay in the house and have to rest. I'm out of physical therapy now, but I do a lot of maintenance in my body, like shockwave treatments, cupping, dry needling in my neck. I do a lot of different things to try to release some of the pain I'm going through. My body was still numb even after I got on I got on my feet up until maybe July, end quote. Yeah. He's getting back, but this will be a long road. You know, if he comes back, I think it could be 2 or 3 years down the road before we see him. I hope it's sooner. If he decides to come back, that'd be great. But, you know, right now, I'm just glad he's still with us. I'm glad he's still here. You know what I mean? He's been very honest about his recovery. Things that maybe I wouldn't, talk about publicly. But I like the fact that he's open and honest. So he overcome the small. They only gave him a 10 to 25% chance of walking again. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, good for him, man. Continued luck and all the best to Chris Bay. We're in his corner for sure. CRP says tag tournaments I have a hard time watching in New Japan. Really? Yeah. Well, the way they do tag tournaments over there sometimes isn't the best. I will say that. I do enjoy their tournaments. I do watch the tag tournaments. I do. I like them. But I get where you're coming from. Mick and what's up, Shane? Sugar Shane finally showed up, everybody. Says you and Mick Foley. Yeah, dude, I love me some Christmas. I do. I'm a Christmas guy. JP said his wife would listen. There you go. Yeah, we did not mention TNA did sign a multi-year TV deal with AMC starting January 15th. Hey, look, man, all the best to TNA. I'm glad they're still around. Apparently, this means the end of the partnership with WWE. I'm so glad to see that WWE didn't buy that company. That's nothing I wanted to see happen. Maybe now that the partnership is going to end with them, AEW can start working with TNA again. That's a good thing. Imagine 2 different companies on national networks. You know what I mean? Like cooperating. I'm not saying it has to be all the time. Let TNA do their thing. Let AEW do its thing. But I'm saying that would be pretty cool to see. Because it's a small world in pro wrestling. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of these talents know each other. A lot of these talents text each other and are friends outside the ring. And they work in different countries, different companies, different parts of the world. It's a small world, man. You know? Tight-knit community most of the time. So, yeah. I'm glad to see TNA making this happen, dude. Yeah, JP, good point. Didn't they announce MJF's return by announcing the battle for the ring match? That's a very good point. Yeah, let's see. Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal Finals and Maximum Carnage. Announced on Wednesday, the annual Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal will take place on December 17th as part of a 3-hour combo holiday bash edition of Dynamite Coliseum from Manchester, England. The 2 remaining men in the ring will then advance to Dynamite Diamond Ring Finals as part of Christmas Eve on Dynamite on 34th Street. The winner of that match will challenge for the AEW World Championship. We'll see if it's him. Yeah, good call. We'll see how all that plays out for sure. Well, kids, before we call it a day and start our weekend, let's open the floor. I'll do a little bit early here today. What you think? And there we go. The floor, she is open. CRP says, how does that work out for AMC and the WWE stuff? They already air, or is that contract up? I don't know the answer to that. Good question. JP says, not ending. TNA wants WWE champion to be on the show. Well, here's what I'll tell you. You might be right about that. It's not ending. But I have heard that it's ending. Doesn't mean it's going to happen before January 15th. It could be after that. WWE will continue operating with TNA as long as there's something in it for them, which means the locker room. And TNA talents have to lose. That's what's in it for WWE. And if the WWE champion is on the show, then he's going to work somebody and beat him. Maybe. That's me. Fernando says AEW does not need to partner up with TNA. Fair enough. They don't have to. I just think it would be cool to see. That way companies don't act like other companies don't exist, that kind of thing, like it used to be. Sure, Shane says, Tom, if you could book a Memorial Wrestling show for your sister. Yeah, that's a weird question for me, Shane. I appreciate you asking, but that's a weird question for me. Yeah. It's kind of a tough week, Shane. I think I might just skip that one. I appreciate you, though. Let's see. Ray says, here I am. Naughty by Nature, House of Pain. House of Pain. Digital Underground or Pete Rock or Seal Smooth. I'll say Pete Rock and Seal Smooth. If Adam Cole invites you to the grand opening of the Adam Cole Gym Equipment Store where you can get any piece of gym equipment, what would you get? I'd probably get a bike. I like to have a bike at the house. That'd be cool to have. I don't need an elliptical machine here. I guess I'm free as well. Absolutely. I'd call you later when we get to a day barbecue chicken, crispy fries, and a cold glass of something. Absolutely, yes. Always a yes, Ray. One of these days, I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to spin it on its head and tell you no. So, yeah. You know what's funny? It stays hot up here in my office year round. And I wear this hoodie because it's become a trademark. And it got a little toasty in here earlier, man. So good thing I don't wear pants when I do my shows. I'm just kidding. Everybody calm down. I actually have pajamas on. I got back from the gym this morning. I was riding today. And so when I got out of the shower this morning, I said, well, pajamas, let's go. So I got back in them. And I have been riding. I've been at my desk. I've been at this desk since 10 o'clock this morning. No rest for the wicked, kids. No rest for the wicked. So, yeah. Kids, don't forget, before I forget to remind everybody here again, don't forget Bachman's Basement is coming tomorrow. A brand new episode is coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. It is the review of The Running Man. Join Christopher Ray Patton and Chris Clausen for their review of the chilling yet not wholly unrealistic Stephen King novel. Let's be honest. Especially now, right? So, yeah. Should be a great episode. And by the way, it is a great episode. I've already heard it. Of course I've heard it. What are you talking about? That's a perk of being the guy that owns the freaking thing. Perk of the being the perk of the guy that owns the freaking thing. That's me. But you know. Yeah, you guys will enjoy that episode, man. I hope you guys are checking out Bottom's Basement. It's a very entertaining podcast. For real. So, yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. The Patton Report did not air a new episode this week. It will be back next week. So stay tuned for that. We're trying to get Chris healthy. And we're doing all we can. Chicken soup, Kleenex, plenty of fluids, all that good stuff. He says, I'm not doing the NFL too much. If I do, I pull for Minnesota, but I just don't watch like I used to. I'm being honest with you. JP says WWE and TNA just started a storyline with a bunch of WWE people invading TNA. Oh, this invasion stuff, man. Never going to end, is it? Never going to end. Fernando says, is AEW programming in trouble? Boy, I hope not. I hope not. Here's what I'll tell you, Fernando. If anybody would go after AEW in an effort to take them off the air, it is absolutely WWE. In a heartbeat. Even though you know that you don't have the room to sign all those wrestlers. Even though you know that if you do sign any of their wrestlers, they will job to every WWE guy that you have on your roster. Even though you know Tony Schiavone's not going to come work for you. Ring announcers, probably not. You know, the camera guys, the guys that drive the trucks, set up the rings, run the trucks backstage, set up the stages, the pyro. All these jobs, people employed by that company, goes away like that if they're bought out or if they have to close down because WWE can't stand the sight of AEW. Shame on them. Okay? Pro wrestling is better when there's a variety at the table. No one goes to Thanksgiving dinner expecting a turkey and nothing else. Nobody. The great part about holiday dinners is the table. What's the variety of food? Guaranteed there'll be something on that table you like, yeah? That's why when pro wrestling is at its best, is when there's a variety. There's options to choose from. Options to choose from. Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder? That's tough. Both geniuses, yeah? I think I lean more toward Ray than I do Stevie. And Stevie's still with us, which is great. I don't know. I think I lean more toward Ray. Although My Sharon and More is a great song. Long before that movie got a hold of it. Right? Stevie's got some classics. Ray's got classics too, right? They're both legendary artists. But I think I lean more toward Ray. CRP says, Stevie Wonder, I didn't even bat an eye. Holy cow. That's a great answer. You know, I've been picking up the bass a little bit more in the past couple weeks, kids. I've been neglecting my bass playing duties. All right, kids, that's all I got for you. I got a tree lighting ceremony I'm going to go to. So, look, man, I appreciate all you guys and gals hanging out with us here today. It means loads to me. Thanks, as always, everybody, for hanging out with us here on Tom Clark's Main Event. Please remember, BoinkStudios.com and Boink Studios on YouTube. We are not behind a paywall. We don't charge you for our content, and we've got content dating back to 2014. Hours and hours and hours of podcasts, okay? Everything you can imagine. A little bit of everything that you can think about, we have covered on Boink Studios YouTube. Tom Clark's Main Event. This is our flagship show, going strong since 2014, okay? Followed by Tom Clark's 6M podcast. We've also got Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. We've done the entire series of Ted to this point. Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear. We are going through and doing every episode of The Bear. I think you'll really dig that one. We also have the Patton Report, hosted by Chris Patton. Bachman's Basement, hosted by Chris Patton, as well as Chris Clausen. We also have Ray Sports and Slam. See how I'm mentally processing? Ray Sports and Slam, starring Ray Dean. It's a sports podcast. We've also got Tom Clark Reviews that's available there on the channel. And we've got other stuff there as well. We've got video episodes, audio-only episodes. We've got shorts. We clip the content quite a bit to give you the quick hits content. And yeah, man, I think you'll enjoy it. Go check it out. Binge it when you have time. Go check out Boink Studios on YouTube. And again, kids, a friendly reminder, nothing's behind a paywall. We appreciate your support very much. We're glad to be back in the saddle again. So we enjoyed being back. We're here with you this week. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. As always, enjoy Final Battle tonight or whatever it is you're going to be watching. Stay safe out there this weekend, kids. And if unless something comes up, we'll be back here 7 days from today. So tune in back here with us next Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then, barring any unforeseen circumstance, yeah? Thanks, as always, kids, for hanging out. We appreciate it very much. Be good to each other out there, everybody, okay? And we'll see you next time, kids.